All right, this is day 13, and today, the whole day I thought of it as a failure, but now that I look back on my day, I started to realize that today was actually a good day because I did exactly what I said I was going to do yesterday. I played ranked, and I didn't just play one game, I played around 10 games at least, and it wasn't it. It wasn't it. A lot of the ways I was dying was not micro, it was more macro mistakes like running out of mats mid fight or getting third partied, not having enough good enough loot to keep, like stuff like that. And it didn't, if I wanted to get better at fighting, it didn't feel correct, like the best way to get better at fighting. So I stopped that. So then I was thinking, okay, am I going to go back to 1v1s? And when I think about it, my placements haven't improved for over 2 months or so. And the time where, and during that time, all I've really done is just play 1v1s or, I mean, for the last week or no, like 2 weeks, I've been playing a lot. But before that, I wasn't really, playing that often. And I just feel like the 1v1s haven't helped me improve my placements. I can feel it in game sometimes where I feel more confidence when I get keyed. But when I learn how to become a better fighter, yes, it does help you. You want to become a better fighter. If you had to choose, would you be a better fighter or a worse fighter? Everyone would say better. And I would say the same thing. But especially for me, because I play super passive, I always have the least amount of kills on my friends list. I don't need kills to do good. It doesn't help me as much as if I had better game sense. So like there's this concept that what's your weakest link, and I thought it was fighting because when I compare it to other people and my skill, like PR, my fighting is very bad. So that's why I thought I equated it to, okay, my fighting is bad compared to everyone around my skill level, which means my game sense is good. Therefore, if I improve my fighting, I can get to the next level. I don't think that's the case. I genuinely think that this case, it's a sharpen your sword or whatever. I don't know what the quote is, but like improve your strengths and stop trying to fix your weaknesses, because if your strengths got you there and they're not hold and like you want to keep just hammering down on your strengths until you can't anymore. And the thing is, it's not like my placements stopped improving, it's that I stopped doing the work that got me the good placements, which is kind of weird. Why would you stop playing scrims when you're doing good and then you plateaued after you stopped playing scrims? And I would just grind solo scrims all day, and my placements went from top 1,000. I never broke top 1,000 to getting 200th, 200th, and then 300th, and then 100th. I was going crazy, and then after that, didn't play a single scrim. Started plateau. I got my worst placements. Then I got okay placements, and now we're back like 200th, but we haven't broke that barrier. And what have I done in the meantime? I played 1v1s. I probably played more than most people. Than I would say 95% of people. I played more 1v1s than them. And I actually have a feedback loop. But yeah, I don't think I've improved that much in terms of tournament placements, which is the most important thing. It's not a fucking 1v1 contest. And so I have a lot of lists of reasons why I believe that scrims are now the priority. And that was the first one, is that uh, fighting doesn't really help me as much for my playstyle. And also, when I got my best placements was when I was grinding scrims. And now the third reason is that you don't gotta be the best fighter in order to be winning grands and winning globals. Like just Queasy, if you look at Queasy, like he literally won globals and he can barely even triple it. He's not a good fighter at all. His aim is good, but he's not, like he would get 10 0'd by Peterbot, you know what I'm saying? So, and other people like Acorn and Trulix, like they're not good. Like Trulix is literally like 30 years old, bro, and he plays so good. Like he doesn't care that he's a bad fighter because he knows he doesn't have to be good at fighting. And I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, and I just have to play the game accordingly, and I do. So why would I try to learn how to key when I don't key? And the mistakes I make in scrims are literally the same mistakes I make in tournaments. So instead of making them in tournaments, if I make them in the scrims, fix them before the tournaments, obviously I'm going to do better in the tournaments. And that was what I was doing for 1v1s is I would mess up in the 1v1s. Okay, we're going to fix it. And if I was going to key in tournaments, it would probably help a lot because I'm fixing the mistakes. But the thing is, I'm getting into maybe 3 fights a whole tournament. 3 fights, maybe even less because I don't key and I don't get keyed. And I'm going to still keep in 1v1s because when I used to grind scrims, there was a period of time where I did like no 1v1s for a month, and my fighting was so bad. So around 30 minutes an hour a day to maintain a skill, because maintaining a skill is much easier than growing a skill. So you don't need that much time put into it. Number two is I'm not gonna eat 3K calories in a meal. I talked about it yesterday. I tried it again. Like today felt like a failure, but I did everything I said I was gonna try and I was gonna do on my calendar, and I did it. Uh, it's just too much food. It's too much food. Honestly, at the end, I didn't even feel like I was eating to enjoy it. I was eating just to eat, you know, and didn't feel that good. And yeah, there's not much upside. It still took me like 2 hours to finish the whole meal to cook, eat, then clean. It still took me like 2 hours, so it's not even worth it if it's gonna take me that long. So there's so many downsides. I'd rather just eat 3K calories in 2 meals. I think that's much a better solution. Now, the third thing is I want to switch my sleep to 8.5 hours, 8 hours and 30 minutes, because when I used to play baseball, I had a whoop and a Oura ring at 2 different times, and it was always like my best sleep was from 8 hours and like 15 minutes, 8 hours and 30 minutes, where I slept really good. My sleep score would be like 95%, 96. So honestly, the 30 minutes does make a huge difference for me, and it's a good spot for me so where I can get substantial work done in the day. So I'm not sleeping 10 hours and I don't feel like shit. So it's like the perfect balance. Today, honestly, like I said, like multiple times, is I thought it was a shitty day, but I'm looking at it from a broader view and I'm definitely more optimistic going into tomorrow because I know I'm going to experiment. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to do what's on my calendar and I'm going to play scrims and I'm going to dominate tomorrow in the Solo Victory Cup. And maybe if I've been playing solo scrims this whole time, I would be doing much better. So yeah, I think the 3 hours of scrims that I can play tomorrow is actually gonna help me. But you can only imagine how much better I would be doing right now. But we can't really think about the past. Just gotta lock in right now.